What is happening, budget builders, and welcome back to the GMC Motorhome Rescue. This is a 1973 GMC motorhome that we rescued from an abandoned piece of property. We got this thing running after sitting for many years. We got it driving and then we drove it back home. This thing was absolutely disgusting, having been lived in by squatters over the years. We cleaned the outside and this thing actually looked pretty good. Went ahead and did some work dialing in our windows, resealing some things, completely gutted this thing to start a rebuild. And to do that, we bought a new totaled camper from Copart for extremely inexpensive, and we're able to use all of those parts on the inside here. But in today's episode, we're gonna continue working on this inside. We left off with finishing our rear area and our kitchen in our last episode, but in today's episode, we're gonna start moving forward, start seeing some color in this thing. Let's get our walls up, let's get our blinds in, and get this thing just about ready to go camping. First things first, before moving forward, let's go ahead and button up our last few things here. Obviously, our table saw died on us. Let's go ahead and get this door finished up, get our rear little cubby taken care of here, and get the door knocked out here for this bathroom. Thankfully, the bathroom door is in pretty good shape other than just a few holes and some delamination, and it is white and it is really bright out here. And I have a top secret solution to repairing this. That would be in the form of super glue, but it's professional super glue. You can actually see I had already tested the other side and it is super tight. This has been this way for a while, so I feel pretty good about it. We just need to get in here, glue it up, hold it for about 30 seconds, good firm pressure, then it tightens up nicely, and we'll go ahead and see about getting these holes patched up. Getting our holes here taken care of, I am going to fill them with resin. I do want to take a second and say thank you to one of our subscribers, Les, for sending us out some more cards. If you can't tell, we use these things like crazy, and he thought of us when he had some extras, and we're putting them to use, so thank you. We did decide to go ahead and pull that light off of this side, the step light there, put it on this side, just so we have no wiring here. Plus we have access and ease of use, obviously, to just about every bit of our wiring. Everything's back in here, so if we need access to everything, it's all in here where we can get to it. And it lights up the step just the same on that side as it would have on the other. Look for the screw.
Yeah. Probably need to loosen it up and pull it up a little bit. This is our last
Door. Thank goodness. There's our thermostat. I want to go ahead and get these door panels knocked down and finished up. You may remember a couple episodes ago, we went ahead and built these little wood arm panel covers just because those things are so busted up. My plan was, and what we were waiting on to finish them, was put cup holders in it. This is the smallest you can go. It's almost non-usable, and even with that, it's going to make these extremely brittle, and we have to cut into those original door panels. There's 16 acres of room in between the front seats where we can build a little console with cup holders. I just don't think it would make sense. So we've got a spot here you can lay your cell phone, because more than likely everyone's going to have a cell phone with them. I thought about putting a little bracket up here to put a holder or something, but realistically, these are just great little pads here for armrest and to lay stuff if you need to. So let's go ahead and get these things coated and cleaned up. I am a little disappointed. I guess I let some water or moisture get on here, maybe from condensation. And you can see it stained it a bit. The problem with that, there's no getting that back out of there. I guess it just adds a little bit of character. We'll go ahead and take our polyacrylic. Let's get these things coated up and ready to install. Enough, right? Boogers.
We want it to stay on there. Okay?
Yeah. About ready?
Oh. Just kidding. With the front in and attached now, and I'm gonna apologize, my voice is gonna come in and out a little bit. Dad and I are both getting over the Rona. Thankfully we both got it, because now we're both back to work, even though I guess we can't go anywhere except for here. Anyways, now that we've gotten that taken care of, we can go ahead and move to our side. Now again, with resilience, we're trying to put materials in here and take care of things to a point where moisture from condensation, heating and cooling, going out camping different places, so on and so forth, we don't have to deal with panels swelling and falling apart like this one had over many, many years. We want this thing to still look nice years down the road after lots of use. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and again use FRP. But we of course can't just leave it plain like this. We're gonna be taking it, facing it forward, so our back side is exposed here. And then we're gonna attempt to vinyl wrap this. I've got a modern weave style that we're gonna use for the top. And then this thing's gotta have some wood grain. Uh-oh. Guess we gotta cut this out now.
I drew it.
And do it without breaking it.
Yeah, you did.
He measured it up and drew it. Did his machinistness on this fancy thing here. Now he's gonna make me cut it. Oh, come on, I want you to have the glory. Take off the big piece.
I hope.
Looks perfect. Scuff it with some Scotch-Brite. This is to make sure this vinyl wrap wallpaper adheres nicely.
Overlap it.
And there is our wrap. I kind of like it. I think it's going to give it a modern yet classic feel. And what we're going to do is just do it in sections. So we'll do sections big enough to cover, and we're going to do pieces in just a tiny little overlap, so if there's shrinkage it doesn't expose. And then also if we have to fix little spots here and there, we're only replacing little sections down the road. We're just trying stuff out. Hopefully it all ties in and looks okay.
It's just a strip, and we could have saved the strip. Roll it upside. Wait. I was a little worried about the joints, but they seem to lay down really nicely. They might not age well, but we see. Think you measured it right?
Of course.
Did I cut it right?
Better chance of one of them.
Let's start with me. That's nice. I like it. Starting to see some color in here. You know we couldn't just keep it all white, right? Now you will notice one of the last things up here that's kind of glaring is obviously our duct channel here for our wiring, our little wiring channel. The originals were completely disintegrated. All of them are like that. I did some research and some looking, and some people have had good luck with a Panduit cover, or a conduit cover by Panduit, which is a PVC cover. I got it in gray. We're gonna try to see if it'll clip on here. Some say it's tight, some say it's loose. It was pretty cheap, and we were able to pick it right up here at Granger just down the road. And we'll try to get it clipped on there. The only thing that kind of stinks is they only come in 8-foot sections. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Oh, much easier. Okay. The door finish too. Right there too. I like it. Okay. Honk.
It was in the back, but that don't mean it is up here too. But possibly up first. This one's a little easier. I told you.
Thankfully, most of our window... Man, why are things so noisy? Shh! Thankfully, most of our window trim is actually in pretty decent shape. Got a couple holes here and stuff. And we have some corners that need some work. We'll go ahead and scuff this up really good. Just using Scotch-Brite. And having them out here in the sun is also going to help us with reinstalling them. Get them a little flexible, a little pliable. Everything else seems to be holding up really nicely. So we're going to be using the Sim just like before, but we're using a light gray. We'll just Just some nice light even coats. Let that start soaking in. What I like about this stuff is it actually soaks down into that plastic or your vinyl, and because this stuff's got a flex, when we install it, it doesn't crack up and make a big mess like normal paint probably would. Slide right in there.
Definitely not that one. I could probably make that one work.
Now to try to cool things off in here a bit, went ahead and finally got some blinds. This is just your standard RV ones from Amazon. I went with a coffee colored, kinda. I happen to look okay. Getting a lot of colors going on again. Already mentioned that. There's a lot going on here. I think we just attach these with brackets. And I wonder, should we make the little covers or the side covers, or just have these hang out here and then pull down? I guess we'll see if I can get them mounted and go from there.
Okay, I'm just covering the outside thing.
Me too.
Okay. My hands are dirty now. I didn't do the good one.
And that should be nice for driving down the road.
About a half inch on your lap. From my way.
Now it's time to get a little bit of contrast in this thing. Some dark wood grain. I think it's going to tie in together. Hopefully it'll be a good look. Hold this like this. Man, that looks like a real piece of wood.
Changed, huh?
It's so cozy in here. No. What do you think? So we got the fresh, new, and we're starting to tie back in some of those 70s feel goods. And hopefully our upholstery is really gonna set everything off. These are obviously the original 1972 date-coded seat belts. And with one being cut already, we might as well go ahead and put a full set in here. So we'll go ahead and get these loose because they kind of have to be worked in as we install our wall. Whew, thank you, seatbelt. We ended up going with some Impy universal seat belts. So these are brand new, DOT, up to code, and I absolutely love the look they have. Probably a little, 10 years prior era to 1973, but I think it's a good look. It's a timeless look, and that seatbelt should look pretty good looking in there.
I'm gonna make a big ol' mess. You're walking around in circles. Alright. Okay, well, it is what it is. I am gonna make a huge mess. Okay, got this one.
is our last piece to closing in the kitchen. We are getting close, but before we move any further with our bench, I'd like to go ahead and see about getting our upper bunk slash bench back mounted while we have room to walk around here. We still need to recover it. We need to clean it up a little bit, but I want to go ahead and I got our outside holes here, then we'll figure out our inside holes, and I want to get it mounted. It's definitely something we're keeping in here because we're super excited about that bunk bed up front here. Got to definitely keep it because this thing's not just about rescuing, it's about us, about our family, and being able to enjoy this thing. So we want every little bit the kids definitely want to see in here, need to go back in here. So let's go ahead and try to get this thing finagled around. I went ahead and remounted the flap. I probably shouldn't have because now it weighs a third more than what it did. It weighs a lot. Let's see if we can get it up here and get it mounted without blowing our backs out. That right there is the bottom of our seat. Now that we have it done, we obviously have to move forward and go ahead and knock this face right here out. Now we cannot finish mount this piece here because we don't have our front. We did go ahead and order what we're going to use up front. I think it's going to look really neat. We did not go with shag. We had contemplated it. And I just think with 3 kids, it would not have been a good idea. So we went with something a little different that I think is going to be really neat looking and really resilient, which is kind of what we're trying to go for with this entire thing. Make it usable and enjoyable for a family with 3 small kids for a long time. There's our bench back in place. Pretty comfy. We can obviously adjust a little bit forward and back if we need to now, and we may have to adjust our cushion if we decide not to, but it's pretty close. It's cool to actually start seeing some seating back in here. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to go for a ride. We're not gonna wash these. We're not gonna try to do anything with this.
we're gonna replace this. I have been, between my wife and I and Dad, we have gotten a bunch of different samples of upholstery, and I think it comes down to an original factor, but not an original color. I guess it would be an original color. Yeah, it would be. We got some orange tweed. Let's see how it might just look. I think this will be potentially be the tie-in with all these colors. Some of the wacky that needs to go back in this thing. Try to figure out some sewing. I think I'm gonna have someone do the front seats, but all the backs, I think we'll attempt to do ourselves. Man, that's wacky. It looks funny just draped over it, but I do feel like once it's all trimmed out, all the piping's done and everything, I think it'll look pretty neat. It'll definitely be, it has that wacky factor, but I feel like it's a timeless wacky factor. The colors, tell me what you all think. Are they coming together? It was a lot of just me going online and buying stuff on Amazon, returning stuff, buying more stuff on Amazon, returning it, until we kind of got the colors figured out in here. Obviously, pull the top of the bench back off, clean up our little arms here, repair everything. We're so close. Our entire back area is basically done, other than obviously a bed back here. We're just gonna go with a queen size, what is it, a queen or a full size long mattress. Should fit in here nicely. All our sides and our corners are done. The only thing I have questioned is the door. It's a lot of white there. I did get the outhouse moon and star to maybe put on there. I don't know. That might be silly. Give us some ideas. Do you think the white looks okay there? We're obviously breaking it up in the back side of the, or we're obviously breaking it up on the front of the camper here. It's nice to get the bathroom fully enclosed once again and start moving forward. What do you think? It's been a lot. I mean, we spend a solid 2 weeks probably getting this video together. It's a lot, especially during the summer. It's been really wearing us out a bit, and I can see why there's a lot of these that are stripped out and never put back together. It is a lot of work, especially for a DIY do-it-yourselfer like us that don't really have a clue what we're doing, but we're learning along the way. Dad's been a wonderful carpenter. Machinist carpenter over here. Now I think our next video, let's get this front dialed in, start working on our dinette here, and work on our upholstery. And we're so close to knocking out the inside of the camper here. And then we'll dial in a couple things mechanical wise. We've got to put a brake booster in here. I still have not rebuilt the carburetor on this thing. Definitely are pondering fuel injection. I feel like that could be a nice thing to have on something that we want to be somewhat reliable. And then we're going to go have fun with this thing. We've definitely got some fun mountain. We're right outside of the mountains, so it's obviously going to be a somewhat mountain trip. Hopefully we don't wear our brakes out going up and down like 25 or 40. And we're going to enjoy this thing. I am so excited to take you all along with us as we get to do that. But I really hope you all are excited and happy with the progress to this point. We're excited to be where we are and be able to finish and knock this thing out. And if you have enjoyed and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, button, notification bell to keep up with our future uploads on this rebuild and our other rescues and rebuilds. We've got some really, really fun ones coming up once this thing's knocked out. If you have been a part of the channel, you following along, coming along with us has allowed us to do things like rescue this motorhome right here. So thank you all so much. That's going to wrap it up. Peace out and catch you all on the flip side. Pop-Pop and I have this thing super close to being ready to go camping. You guys want to see our progress?
Yeah.
See what you think. Oh, you already know.
You want to see it?
Me is gonna be bunk bed.
Who wants to try it out first?
Me!
Come on, chill.
Please, me. I love bunk beds.
All right, you ready?
Can I try? Oh, I see. You pull
One
that
at a
out.
time. Yep.
I feel like Mia's gonna take the Can I try the top bunk? Is it going to be? But I feel like Mia's can I sleep on the bunk bed since
Yeah.
I'm lighter? And I'll be underneath. But I love bunk beds.
All of you can sleep on it. Just one at a time.
Can I be first?
No, I'm sleeping on this. Y'all gotta sleep in the back.
What? No, that's your guys.
Is that cool or what?
That's yours.
All right.
Let me try.
Charlie, Belle, you're on the bottom. Mia, you're up front
Yeah,
first.
can I try top to get up there? Here,
Okay.
for the top.
Slowly. Be careful.
This would be my
I guess we're testing this out.
down there.
You guys ready to go camp? You gotta help mommy. You gotta help mommy, Pop and I get this upholstery done. We'll get some cushions in here so we can take this thing out.
One right here.
We will have a dinette here.
Yeah. Can I try? Mia, go
Yeah.
soft and slow like will just be a regular couch,
Yep,
but
soft
you can
and
still
slow.
use it as a bed. Or you can crawl. So Charlie, all this thing is being held by are these. Mia. There's not enough to cover the whole thing. This is comfy.
yeah, this is
Maybe
good.
Mommy can I only like it with this. Maybe we can come another time and Mommy can Daddy, this is and Mommy can
I think
sew
they
this
approve.
onto